Okay, guys, welcome to today's free trading webinar. We're just waiting for a few people to come into the room and we'll get things kicked off. So today we're going to be talking about the ASX end of quarter trade. This is one of our highest probability trades, which is setting up in a few days. So we're going to discuss that, and we're also going to be discussing what we're looking at on the markets today and where we expect the markets to go. And we'll try and get a live trade for you as well just after the open. So by way of questions as well today, if there's any burning questions that you want to ask, please go ahead. Some of you may have seen information about our investment program as well. So again, happy to answer any questions on that today for those of you that are wanting to take control of your retirement funds and get some additional growth from your retirement funds. So if you haven't watched the video on that, you should really check your emails. We were talking about money supply and the effect that's having on growth these days. It's something that you must be aware of, and you really need to take charge and increase the returns that you're getting. Otherwise, you're going to be getting left behind. So if any of those missed that video, you can always email me and I can send it to you. Alrighty, I think most people are in the room now, so we'll kick things off. I'm going to do a quick review on the FTSE, and then Cameron will do a review on the DAX, and then we'll see what we're doing for the trading. FTSE, we've seen 6 down days in a row. Yesterday, for our clients in the live room, pretty much like this, we were advocating that should we get above 74.46, then we were to buy. So if I just go on the 5-minute chart, you'll see that once we got above 7446, we have broken out. So this was a double bottom area. It was a previous weekly low as well, support area. And if we got above that, we were expecting a move back up to 7,500. So we're kind of seeing that move out of hours. I'm still positive on FTSE really above 7446, especially with 6 down days in a row. So what I'd like to see, pre-market, we're trading around 74.88 at the moment. We're going to open up higher. Yesterday's closing price, you can see on the screen, was 74.53, but the futures at the moment are trading a lot higher than that. So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a bit of a retracement just after the open, maybe down towards the 74.70 to 74.60 area, and we may look for a buy with a stop below 74.40. Now I use acceptance as stops. I don't put a hard stop in place. I want to see the action. So acceptance really is, I'll be looking for a 1-minute bar, a full candlestick to form below 74.40. If I see that and a subsequent break, I would exit any buy trades. Okay, because the markets can often just stop people out, reverse, and then keep going. So I really want to see the market accept below 74.40 before saying that we're not going to see further upside. So that's the plan for the FTSE. If we get a trade after the open, I'll let you know. But really looking for a bit of a retrace from where we're currently trading, which is around 74.88. And we'll look for a buy with stops below 74.40, and really looking for a move up towards 7550. So I'll just quickly show you where I've got 7550. This is a line which we've had, well, a couple of lines that we've had on the trading free trading webinars for a number of weeks now that you may have joined us with. So I would, this is a natural area where I would expect the FTSE to go back towards. It's also a 50% retracement of this move here. So this move here, from the top here at 76.87 down to the bottom yesterday, a 50% pullback is bang on this line, this blue line here at 75.45. So that's where I'd be targeting for any buys. Okay, so that's FTSE. Cameron, what do we got on the DAX?
All right, guys. Well, look, we've seen a bit of a downturn in the markets in general over the last week or so. So DAX coming off a little bit. Let me see if I can bring up the screen for you. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, we've seen a bit of a downturn. We'll have a look at the daily charts as the market came off from the highs, made a new all-time high. We've come down. Yesterday started to see a little bit of positive action in the market. Actually, we bought with our inner circle clients, expecting that we're going to potentially move higher. So today, I want to see, we've got a very, very key level at the 15,930 levels. So today on our reports, we've got buys above 15,960. 15,960, we've got buys above there. So you can take that down. We'll look for a potential breakout above that level. We might see something above 900, but it's a little bit more of a risky trade. Equally, if we get down to the 15,620 levels, all the way down here, I've got a buy today. It's a long way off, but it'd be a very, very nice buy if we get down to the 16,920. Sorry, 15,620. You can write that down. I'll put it into the chat as well. We can buy that all day with a stop of 80 points and targeting 80 points. So that's something that we can have a look at as well. And if we don't get all the way down there, I'm going to look for reversals from 15,650 to that 15,620 level as well. These I'll put into the chat so you can take them down. We'll see what happens at the open. At the moment if we look here just on the hour chart, we started to break out. We start to get above 900, could be positive, but we've got key levels above at the 15,930 levels. So we just got to watch out that we could see some failures there. All right, where are we now? We are still 10 minutes away from the open. So let's see if we've got any questions.
Right, so end of quarter, guys, that is coming in. It is coming in this Friday. So this Friday, we will be taking our end of quarter trades on FTSE, the Dow Jones in America, and we will be doing on the ASX. And Cameron also has a discretional potential trade on the DAX as well, which if it sets up, I'm sure he'll be alerting our clients to as well. So 3 or 4 trades there, guys, that are very high probability. The ASX has never actually lost for us. We've been trading that for many, many years now. And we give this to our blueprint clients, and it's never lost. It's one of those trades where over time you can start increasing your amount that you risk on this trade because it's a very high probability trade. It doesn't require much risk either. It doesn't have a big stop. What we do is we trade it at a specific time. So let me just show you what the action typically looks like. So what we're doing is we have a specific time that we are going to sell. We're going to use the ASX, the Australian market, as the example here. We're going to sell it at a specific time. We know what that time is. So I'm actually currently in Europe at the moment, and This is a trade I'm going to get up early in the morning for. I need to check the times, but I think it's around 3 a.m. for me. Not a very sociable time, but this happens only four times a year. And I'm more than happy to get up very early in the night to trade this, because the chances are it's going to win and I'm going to make some nice money out of it. So, and I can also, I know exactly what time I'll be trading as well, which I can plan my life around it. So this is a trade where we tell our clients, you just can't miss it. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you don't want to be missing it. What we're doing here is we're piggybacking on top, on the back of the fund managers. So what they're going to do at the end of the quarter is they're going to be booking profits, and they're also going to be getting rid of poor performing stocks. And because of this, we are expecting that the market will move down at some point, and it usually does. So what we do is, as once we get our signal to sell, we will click an open position sell order, and then we'll ride the cascade of this selling down until we've hit our profit targets. Now, this is an example of what it looked like in December. You can see the market just drops. And it can drop aggressively on the ASX and these other markets that we're looking at. So you can get multiplier effects, which means that just say you've risked 20 points, you could end up with 100 points. So it does have a multiplier effect. If you're risking 1%, you could end up with 4 or 5% on this particular trade. So it is a fantastic trade, especially a trade, you know, it's a trade that if you don't have much time to trade, or screen time, but you want to be making additional money on the side, it's perfect for that. It's part of the blueprint. We've been advocating the blueprint trades for a long time now. They are lifestyle trades. They're trades that you can set up around your time zone, around your lifestyle, that don't really require much time. And this is one trade that's part of it. You may have heard us talk about expiry. That's another trade. Shield trade, or double extreme gaps, or triple extreme gaps. These are all part of the blueprint program. So what we'll do is we will be trading this live with our clients this coming Friday. Now's a perfect time to get on the blueprint program. And of course, this one trade could pay for a whole year on the program as well. So if you're interested in this, let me know. Click into the box today, and we can send some information and get you set up so that you can trade this live with us on Friday. We're just going to be sending you simple alerts, telling you where to sell, where to put your stop, and where to put your target. We'll manage that as well via our trading app. So let us know if you want some more information on that one, and we can get you set up. It is a fantastic trade. We'll probably do a review as well and results from our clients over the weekend once the trade is over. But usually we get some fantastic results from our clients on this particular trade. Remember, it's all about market function. It's got nothing to do with technical analysis or fundamental analysis. This is things that are going on behind the scenes that's driving the market. We're taking advantage of that. We are not just using a 50-50 strategy, which is based on technical analysis. I've said it before, if technical analysis was so good, why are so many traders not succeeding in the marketplace? That is the main form of technical entry systems into the market that people are using. Technical analysis. For me, if you're just using technical analysis, that is a flawed way of making money. You do need a bigger edge if you're going to be making money out of the markets. All right, now we're about to open in the market. So let's go back to the trading screens and just see where we are. And again, we may well get a trade on FTSE if it sets up. As I said, for me today, I am looking for buys, but I do need it to set up properly. Okay, you should see the screen now. So pre-market, pre-open, trading around 74.87. So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a quick move down after the open. You can have your own trading platforms up as well. In fact, I would suggest that have your own trading platforms ready. The stop would be below 7440 if we buy. For those of you that are familiar with our spike trade, if we open and we drop 20 points, that would be of interest to just buy, and I'll put my stop below 7440. I'm not going to go for the gap today. Again, some of you may have learned about trading the gap for a living. Yesterday's closing price, I'm not going to be targeting that because we've had 6 down days in a row. So that is not a high probability pattern to sell an up gap today. So yes, it could fill, but it's not high probability. So I won't be looking to get involved with that one. All right, we are open. So we're dropping a little bit at the moment. On my report today, I've said to look to buy the FTSE between 74.70 to 74.60. So this is FYI. I'd like it to drop down there, put in a bit of a reversal signal, and we could buy. All right, we are getting some buying action here on FTSE, which is not surprising. We are expecting this to go up today. Hasn't dropped down to where I wanted to buy it. So it may be that we have to use a different strategy to get into the market today. We've also taught you the 5-minute bar strategy. So that might be also something that we could use today. So I'm just going to go quiet now, guys. Cameron, feel free to update on anything on the DAX. Nothing to do on FTSE just yet. I need to watch this action a little bit more to see if we get a buy or not.
Yeah, it's similar on the DAX. Just watching the opening action. We, just for reference, we're sitting on the monthly pivot, which has been giving quite a bit of resistance. We've broken through that now. Does the market want to hold and move higher? But it's too early to enter into any trades right now.
Just a little bit of additional information, guys. Over the last 10 years, FTSE historically has an up July. So usually around 1.5% put on the index in July. So again, I'm kind of, with those stats, I'm kind of expecting that FTSE will be finding a floor. It may have found the floor yesterday. And for July, I will be looking for buys. August is actually generally a negative month. So that's a month where typically I'd be expecting a very weak market. Andy, he's asking, what about FTSE and Dow and the quarter trades? Yeah, I mean, if you're part of the blueprint program, you'll have the exact rules for that trade, Andy. So those trades are just to be executed as per the specific rules on blueprint. But yes, absolutely valid, and they should be traded as well. So literally, money does not sleep in this occasion. There'll be trades setting up throughout a 24-hour period that you can be taking on the end of quarter. Right. Okay. So 5-minute bar is over, guys. The action looks pretty good, actually. I'll wait for this bar to break up. And then see if we get a retrace. I would like to have a bit of a wider stop on the 5-minute bar today. So I'm just going to see if this breaks up first, and I'll update you. Renus, it's fine. See if I can reply to this guy. Sound and screen is fine. John's FTSE up in July on average. What about ASX? I don't actually have the information on the ASX, unfortunately, John. I've just got it on the FTSE. Yeah, John, the 5-minute bar did work yesterday, correct? Yes. I don't know if anyone's using the 5-minute bar as a day trading system. But if you are, let me know how you're getting on with it. We did teach that a number of weeks ago as an entry mechanism into the FTSE. Right. I mean, it's a bit more of an aggressive trade, but I think the 5-minute bar is okay. Is okay today. There's a couple of things I'd like to do today. I'd like to buy. Ideally, I wanted to buy a retrace. I wanted to buy a retrace down towards 74.70 to 60, and I wanted to have a spike down after the open. The open's fairly strong at the moment. It's holding the gap. The gap hasn't tried to be filled, which again is no surprise after those 6 down days. So I think the 5-minute bar is, as a system trade today, I think it's okay. But I wouldn't trade it full stakes. I would just trade it quarter stakes today on this one. And if we're stopped out of that trade, we'll look at something else. So 5-minute bar breakup is fine with a stop below the other side of the 5-minute bar, but only quarter stakes. If we are stopped out of that one, I will be looking at another trade for you to get in a little bit lower down. So if you've got any questions on that, guys, let me know. But 5-minute bar, as it stands, is valid to take, but only quarter stakes. Now, if you're new here, you don't know what the 5-minute bar is, or you've missed previous sessions. The 5-minute bar is literally, we observe the first 5-minute candlestick, and we wait for it to break by 2 points and we buy. And we're typically looking to trade the length of the bar. We have our stop the other side of that first 5-minute bar after the open.
Give me a quick update for the DAX. DAX also looking positive this morning. I think the key thing for us is that we're remaining above 15,870, which has been proving difficult to get through in the last couple of sessions. So that's going to support the FTSE for a bit of upside. I did post in my trades for today that I'm actually looking for breakouts above the 15,960 level, so quite a little bit higher, as that will clear a lot of the resistance that's above us, and will really turn positive. So I do think above 900 breaks above there, we could move up to 15,930 to 50. It's a little bit too aggressive for the trading room today, though. So I think that will support the FTSE break. So I think we stick with that, and then we can watch the action from there. Any questions on any of that, just please do let me know.
All right, guys, so 5-minute bar has broken up. So we'll monitor this action on the FTSE. Stop is below the low of this 5-minute bar. Again, taking this one just quarter stakes today because it's not, it wasn't my preferred trade. And if we do break the low of the 5-minute bar, then we'll look for something else, guys. We'll look for a different type of trade. So getting a bit of a retracement on the FTSE here. This can happen quite a bit. You can see the 5-minute bar break up and then put in a 50% retracement. Remember, the stop for this trade, guys, is 2 points below the low of the 5-minute bar. Not looking so good at the moment. So we only went in a quarter stake on this one. It wasn't a high probability trade, but worth going for because the action did look bullish. But if we are taken out below this one, we will be looking for our trade, which was the initial trade, which is basically to buy. I'd like to buy towards the 74.60 area with a stop below 74.40. And I'd be targeting up towards 75.50. Of course, would take profits on the way. But that will be the trade I'm looking at if the 5-minute bar doesn't work. Right, guys, we are coming towards the end of the session. So 5-minute bar is still clinging on. As I said, if it is stopped out, the trade I was initially looking for anyway, which was part of the trade plan, is to look for buys towards 74.60. So you want a reversal pattern there, some sort of reason to buy towards 74.60. You need your stops below 74.40. And we'd be looking for a move up to 75.50. There must be a reversal signal. So that would be a 1, 2, 3 or an engulfing bar. So 1, 2, 3 or an engulfing bar on the FTSE towards 74.60. We've broken the 5-minute bar down now. So we usually trade bar lengths to the downside, which will take us down towards 74.60. So we're just hanging on a little bit more just to see if we do get down there. But that's the trade I'm looking for. That trade will be full stakes, not just a quarter trade, not just a quarter stake. So it's down towards 74.60, guys. Reversal needed. Stops below 74.40. On the way up, you have the option to take half profits. But ultimate target for me is up towards 75.50 on that one. So you got any questions on that, guys? Let me know. Right, guys, so I'm going to put alerts now that if FTSE gets down towards 74.60, I'm looking for buys. Cameron, any further update on DAX before we close off the room?
So DAX has failed to hold the 15,870. So now it's looking a little bit negative in the short term. We may see a little bit of a trip down towards the closing gap today, which is down at the 8 to 10 levels. That's where we might see. But yeah, now the action, yeah, it's was looking positive. Now it's just a wait and see. If we do start regaining 15,900, well, I think that the action's positive, but at the moment looking a little bit negative. But no trades for us to take today.
All right, guys, so we'll leave you with those alerts for the trades, and also Cameron gave you some important levels on the DAX at the start of the presentation. Remember, put some alerts in for them as well. You don't want to miss those. We'll join many of you for the ASX trade this Friday. Make sure you don't miss that one. We'll be managing that on the app with you. Again, it's going to be 4 markets. If you want to get involved with that, let us know. You can always email me as well, mark@magnetictrading.com. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back for another live trading room session in about a couple of weeks. Thanks, guys.